I was on Tumblr today and I came across this image. So I got to thinking, what would make this the best year ever? So I came up with 5 ways to make 2019 the best year ever. So number 1 on the list is make a to-do list. Not everyone is a list-oriented person, but I am oriented. I know how to say the word. Not everyone is a list-oriented person, but I am. So this is something that would work for me. So these 5 things that I'm going to be saying are basically things that I think would work for me. And I feel like if they work for me, they might work for someone else. So basically, they're going to be 5 things that I'm going to be doing this year. And if they work for you, they work for you. And that's great. So don't come for me if you're like, this is not going to help everyone. I know that. Okay. I know it's not going to help everyone, but it might help someone. So anyways, as I was saying, number 1, make a list. Usually when I come home from work, I am really tired. I don't want to do anything. And so and I like to dissociate a lot. Like I want to come home and not think about anything at all. And I just want to, basically what I do is I come home and I read a book for like 5 hours straight. Like no lie. I come home, open up my Kindle, read a book for 5 hours straight, or whatever I'm doing, open up a real book, read a book for 5 hours straight. And then I go to bed. I do nothing else. So in order to combat that, I have to make a list because I am a person that likes lists and I like crossing things off. Once I make a list, I'm like, okay, now I have to do these things on this list because I made the list and now it's time to cross all the things off. So that is, of course, number 1, make a list. Make sure you cross all the things off on your list. So this is going to be all the things that you need to get done that day that you might not do otherwise if you didn't make the list. So that's number 1. Number 2, which kind of goes with making a list, would be to set goals for yourself. Now, I set one of the goals for myself on the website Goodreads, which has to do with books because, I love books. So, of course, one of my goals has to do with the books. And this goal was to read 40 books. Now, that is not a hard thing for me because, as I mentioned before, I love to dissociate, and read the books is one of my favorite ways to do that. I can just get sucked into a whole other world that has nothing to do with my life. But I wanted this year to read 40 real books, I guess, because I typically read fanfics like nobody's business. Like I might read like 200 a year, who knows? I read a lot of fanfics. So this year I was planning to read at least 40 real books. And I'm just saying real books in quotations because I don't think that fanfics aren't real books. They're just not like published works. I mean, they're published, but they're not like published by like a company. But it's not like the books I read are like, bad grammar and formatted wrong or anything. They're written like a real book would be written, but it's just a fanfic. But so this year I wanted to just say that I would read 40 real books just because I need to like expand my horizons, I guess. So I'm going to be doing novels, and then I'm also going to be doing some occult books that I wanted to read recently that I haven't got a chance to. And I would love to do like occult book reviews. I feel like that'd be fun. So I might do that. And there are a ton of ways that I'm going to like meet this goal. Of course, I mentioned my Kindle. I bought a Kindle this year. So that's going to be one of the ways that I'm going to meet my book reading goal. And another way is that I started shopping at my local used bookshop again, which is great because you can find some really, really good deals there. It's just everything's like all over the place. They don't really know like what genre books go in unless it's fiction. Any other genre, they're not really too clear on, I don't think. So you just have to find the gems that you need. But either way, it's still a great deal. You can find books for like 50 cents a quarter. It's a really good deal. And the last way that I'm going to meet this goal is I started going on thriftbooks.com, which is a great website. I think if you spend over $10, it's always free shipping. My stuff always comes in a very good amount of time, and you get to find great books that would otherwise cost lots of money if you bought them not used. So try checking out some used book spots. They're really good. Even if you buy them online, still a used bookshop, it's great. So thriftbooks.com, check it out. So the third thing that I have is to listen to some subliminal messaging. Now I know for some people this is going to sound super weird and they're going to be like, what the heck is this girl talking about? Listen to subliminal messaging. Okay, but just keep an open mind, all right? Now, I'm not the greatest person to talk about this subject because I'm not like the most knowledgeable on it. So you can probably find like better resources on another person's channel or something like that. But basically what you want to do is you want your subconscious mind to listen to things that maybe your conscious mind wouldn't really take as like something that can happen or something that's truth, I guess. I don't know. I don't explain it properly. Okay. So don't listen to my way of explaining it, but listen to someone else explain it and explain it well because I'm not very good at doing things like that. But yeah. So basically the type of things that I listen to is like better speech patterns, speaking more clearly and like better posture and things like that. And it doesn't take up any time out of your day because I listen to it when I'm asleep. Of course, you can listen to it when you're doing other things, but the best time to listen to it is when your mind is relaxed and, more open to receiving these messages that it's going to be getting. So I listen to it when I'm sleeping. It doesn't take up any time. And so for about 8 hours a night, I listen to these subliminal messages, and I honestly feel like it's working. So the fourth way that I have to make 2019 the greatest year ever is to clean your space. Now, this might sound like something else, like a duh, of course you should do that. But I know dealing with mental illness and anxiety and depression, sometimes it's hard to just like get it together, girl. So, and so I say, clean your space. And this can even go back to the to-do list, because you can put the things that you need to do in the cleaning that you need to do that day on your to-do list. So then as you do it, you'll just cross it off your list. If you're like a list-oriented person and you need to cross things off, then that'd be great. You can put that on there. Oh, mine, I put when I need to vacuum. I put when I need to change the litter box, which is daily. I put when I need to water my plants, because I'll forget. And I love my plants. I don't want to forget about them. So yeah, those are things that I want to put on my to-do list. Of course, if you don't want to write things down, you can put it in your phone. You can put it in whatever type of daily planner you use. Anything like that you can use as a daily to-do list. But you want to have a clean space, because a clean space is a clean mind, and then you feel like you can like get your things done. If your area that you're in all day in and day out is cluttered and messy, then your mind is going to be cluttered and messy, and you feel like you can't like think clearly. So you want to have a clean space to do all of your things in. And the fifth thing I have goes back to the goals, which is you want to manifest your goals. You want to make whatever you're visualizing come to life. So you can do this in a myriad of ways. You can choose one way. You can choose all the ways. You can do it as many ways as you want. You can make vision boards, which I have done, but I have one hanging up right now currently. You can speak your visions into existence daily. Every day you wake up, speak about things you want. Speak about the things you want in your life, how you want your life to look, how you want your life to go, what you're going to do in this amount of time, and what's going to happen for your life. And you want to speak non-passively. So you don't want to say, oh, I'm going to try to have better posture. You don't want to say, I'm going to try to eat better. You're going to say, I will have better posture. Oh, I have better posture. I will eat better. I am eating better. Something along those lines. You want to be like present in the moment. Not I'm going to try. I'm going to, I might, you want to, I will, I am. That's the type of language you want to use. You can also use manifestation boxes. So I'm going to shameless plug right here. I do make manifestation boxes. I sell them on my Etsy shop. So you can buy one of these, use it to your liking, use it how you want to use it. Use it like a vision board. Use it to put things in daily that you want to say to yourself, anything like that. You can just use them any way you want. So as I said in the beginning, the only reason I am giving these tips is because of that picture that I saw. And I realized that, obviously I knew this already, but, I realized that this was something that needs to happen. 2019 is not going to be an amazing year or the year that you think is going to be unless you put in the work to make it the way you want it to be. And that's annoying when people tell you things like that. I know, because I see things like that and I'm like, shut up, scrolling on, like on to the next. So I get it, but it's the truth. So, I'm implementing these things for myself. I myself sell manifestation boxes, and I have my own, and I don't even use it daily the way I should be using it. I have my own vision board, which is behind me somewhere back there, and I don't even use it the way that I should be using it, looking at it daily, visualizing these things. The one thing that I have been doing consistently lately is the subliminal messaging. And I feel like doing that has led to me consistently doing the other things that I'm going to need to be doing. But like everybody else said, 2019 did not start yet. January was just a continuation to 2018. And we're going to make February on 2019. So hopefully this was helpful in some way. If it wasn't, give me a thumbs down. I don't know. But hopefully it was helpful in some way. If it was, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And bye.